So here today we have the kit info for Nero, the Happy Zoo character. We're going to see how this character is built, how she is, and her skill information and introduction. Today, let's jump into it. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, helps out a ton. This is the new Nero cat character. Yeah, let's jump into it. So first, we got the gameplay thing over here. We also have the actual, thing. Damn, that's the animation. What the fudge? Okay. We have the skill information over here. So we're going to go through the character. I'll give you my initial thoughts, and we'll see how this is. So Happy Zoo. That's the animation here. Looking very bouncy. That's the aiming animation. Well then. Do they ever do the jiggle thing? Wow, they're circling. Okay. We got the SMG here. It's running with Biscuit. It's running with Drake. Is that Add Me and then Volume? That's the Burst. Damn. Okay. Moving forward. Over here, pretty kind of decent stuff. We'll read the kit in a second to understand what it does. We'll do it one more time so you can at least see it. Again, pretty cool character for what it is. Where's the loop? There we go. Again, it's a defender, and it's a standard banner. Remember that, okay? We don't know what's next, okay? For what we know, maybe they don't do summer until next month, and we get a Pilgrim next. You don't know anything, right? So just keep it in mind to, like, always wait till the end of the banner. We also don't know when Nier's gonna drop. We do not know a single freaking thing. So just keep that in the back of your head. But again, for the character, everything looks pretty cool. The burst is freaking crazy. Oh my god. I don't even know what to say, but there's that. We have this new cat indicator that pops up, so we will see what that kind of does. But let's see. So that's the skill kind of video. We have the type here. So first, burst skill 2, which is okay. Defender type, obviously. Submachine gun, code fire. Okay. Cat's repayment. That's going to be her skill 1 passive. Activates when recovery takes effect. Affects the target who applied the recovery effect. The damage taken will decrease by 14% for 5 seconds. Okay. Activates when recovery takes effect. Affects self. Cat's repayment. Damage taken decreases by 8%. Stack up to 5 times and lasts for 5 seconds. We have the next skill, Lil Paw. There's a 30% chance of activating when attacked. Affects, so 30% chance. So keep that in mind. So it's a little bit of RNG in there. But when it does get affected or does get activated, it affects the target. Damage taken goes up by 8% for 5 seconds. There is a 30% chance of activating when in Grumpy Cat status. Affects the target. Deals 158% of final attack as damage. Activates when entering battle. Affects self. Max HP goes up by 60%. Continuously. Okay. Affects one enemy. This is the burst skill. Grumpy Cat. It's going to be a cooldown of 20 seconds only. Okay. Affects one enemy unit with the highest HP. Deals 100 and 1,000 actually. I was thinking about like low numbers because of neon, right? I'm joking. But 1,104% of final attack as damage. Affects self. Attract taunt, which is basically just taunting all the enemies for 15 seconds. Activates when cat repayment is fully stacked. Affects self. Grumpy Cat HP potency goes up by 60% for 15 seconds. Okay, so let's break it down one by one. All right. First thing, when you get healed, that healer will get damage decreased. So the damage taken by that healer will automatically decrease by 15%. Which again, it's not like I don't think it's gonna be like a boss killer in some sort of format. Correct? It's gonna be more so like situational where you actually use this. It's not a bad kit, right? But it's very situational. I won't say niche, right? I want to test it and see all the things kicking into effect. But it's also this, right? Cat's repayment. So this is what affects your character. This is what affects Nero. Cat's repayment damage taken down by 8.43%. Stacks up to 5 times and lasts for 5 seconds. So it stacks and then lasts, correct? So 8 times 5 continues onwards for 5 seconds. That's how that's gonna work, which could be pretty good, correct? She's a pretty strong defense character, right? So that's there. And now the part that I'm iffy on, but I think that can be very powerful is this, right? So it clearly says, I'm just gonna zoom out for you. There's a 30% chance of activating when attacked. So when this character is getting attacked, there's a 30% chance to increase the damage taken on the target who's attacking you for 8% for 5 seconds, correct? So every time you get attacked, it can it's basically like picture it as like reflecting the damage, if you will, right? If you get attacked, then their damage taken increases off of a 30% chance, which is not a variable that will change. That 30% will always stick, so it's not like I have to level it up to skill 10. The 8% will change, so it could be like 2%, 3%, but for what it is, let's say 5%, right? That 5% could be good for how many times it procs, but again, that's more situational. That's gonna be like in-game, you gotta test that. How many times do you actually land that? Like, you could be terrible luck, right? 70% of the time, you're gonna be sitting there with no buffs, but sometimes you will. But again, it could be good when it does proc, right? Then again, there's also a 30% chance of activating when in Grumpy Cat's status. It affects the target. It basically deals 150% of damage or attack as final damage. I pushed that. Final attack as damage, okay? So that could also be good, but it's a 30% chance of happening. So when you're in that state of Grumpy Cat, then you have a 30% chance of proccing it and working it out, correct? So very weird, but it could be good. That really requires testing and to see how the character actually operates and how many times you can actually get that buff to kick off. So with everything, the kit really is good. It's like she is, if you will argue, a top defender on paper, but we'll have to see how everything activates. She gives you, like, I don't know how to describe it, right? Keeping the healer alive could be good, could be great, correct? And then kind of teaming her up with a healer that has constant heals, that could also be great, correct? Being a burst 2, we'll have to see how that one operates, but for a cooldown of 20 seconds on the burst skill, you can make some really good teams here. So I definitely want to see. Right now, I want to see. So I don't want to give too much wrong information, but she could be very good. Now, again, it's me early saying it, so I definitely could be wrong here. I don't want to, like, push a wrong point, but she could be good. She really good. What I do want to check, though, is I'm opening up Prime real quick. So can I filter by Defender? Is that a thing? Speciality, debuffer. No, it's Defender. Taunter? Let's do that. So let's use a character like Noise here. How long does, how does Noise even operate? Taunts for 2 seconds. So taunt for 2 seconds, correct? Let's see a character like Ludmilla. Ludmilla taunts for, defense goes up, target here, affects that. Taunt for 15 seconds also. So it looks like she has the similar taunt here of 15 seconds from what Ludmilla. So yeah, I think Ludmilla is the highest taunt in the game, right? Longest taunt. Is that correct information? Makima is just when she's dead, right? Taunt for 3 seconds. Right, so yeah, that's 3. It's 3. So for what it is, she has the second. Right, hers is 15. Ludmilla's is 1509, right? But it's basically one of the higher taunts in the game, which is pretty good. It looks like they teamed her up with Biscuit, though, right? So I am curious. What was Biscuit's kit? It's been so long. I haven't used Biscuit in a while. Biscuit's kit is charge up, deals this much damage, full charge, invincible. For 5 seconds, critical rate of normal attack, constantly recovers this much. The caster's HP, or max HP every 1 second. I mean, she could be designed to work well with Biscuit, similar to how the bunnies work together, correct? So honestly, I don't know. It's not a bad kit, right? We read kits on paper, and we're like, oh, this could be great. this could be great, and then look how they dropped, right? So again, for what it is, I do think it has a lot of potential, and for a defender, it can be very good, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. So that is something that's just worth mentioning. Across the board, though, the animations and everything are pretty nice. And again, she might have a really good use case also in PvP. Kind of putting it on paper or thinking about it. I mean, defenders kind of stomp. She is an SMG user though, so if you're a PvP player, you let me know how that is, how it ends up on paper for you, because this could work for a lot of things that are needed in PvP. It could be good, but again, we don't exactly know. So with it, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, peace, and enjoy. That's been it. Quick little video here to talk about Nero and my initial thoughts on the kit. Do a more in-depth breakdown of the character releases, but yeah, the only thing iffy right now is the 30%. Just a little bit weird, but everything else seems pretty decent.